Your Twitch account, Hasanabi, has been temporarily suspended. Us overlords at Twitch say, hello, Hasanabi. Twitch is committed to keeping our community safe for everyone. As part of that, we require all users to ensure that anything shared on their account abides by Twitch's terms of service and community guidelines. Based on a review of your activity and content, we have issued a global suspension of your account. As a result, your access to Twitch's service is temporarily restricted. Please be aware that repeated violations may lead to more serious actions on your account, including longer than temporary suspension or permanent suspension. Reason being handling of schmiggle-biggle propaganda, sharing content related to schmiggle-biggle, a violent extremist group. Example of violent conductive include, but are not limited to, showing a violent extremist manifesto on stream while denouncing it, speaking out against schmiggle-biggle organizations while displaying a recruitment video. That's right, boys and girls. The #1 bozo on Twitch has just been suspended. Shocker, shocker. It's for promoting terrorism. Who could have seen this coming? I don't know, Batman. It's got me in the G-Willikers. But old Hummus Pickles decided to make a statement clarifying everything with this post right here. I covered the motives of Israel's embassy staff shooter. Twitch TOS dictates a suspension for even critically examination of the manifesto. I believe this is a bad policy for news and press and freedom. I'll take the suspension, but hopes Twitch changes its policy in the future.
Flag incident like this. I'm not saying it is a false flag incident at all. I'm not saying that.
I'm just discussing how it is perfect. I'm not saying it is.
I am planting the seed, and then you already see it in the chat.
Yeah, of course.
Developing.
Too perfect. So sus.
One dude who is genuine.
This feels weird
in his actions, and maybe a little bit brain broken.
This is why Hasan is so good at what he does.
Yeah.
Mike from PA is a fucking peon. He's that so dumb. He just says it. But Hasan knows how to code it, right? That's what makes him so good at it.
Yeah, I'm gonna believe that the known liar, scumbag, terrorist supporter Hummus Pickles actually believes in the idea that he was covering this shit genuinely or even being critical. I haven't seen the stream in question. I just usually can make some pretty accurate assumptions due to the fact that almost every time this motherfucker opens his mouth, he be lying or propagating some of the most retarded propaganda in the entire world. That's just what this guy does. It's what he's been doing since his, fucking crawled out of his mother's slime pit of a vagina. Hey, that was kind of mean, King Jiffy. Why would you bring his mom into this? Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Miss Mama Hasan. I really apologize. I know you don't have to be pulled into your son's bullshit actions. But one thing's for sure, and something I like to reiterate on, is the fact that this isn't the first or will be the last time that Hasan puts terrorist propaganda up on screen and then glazes or sweeps for it. That's just what he does. I mean, look at Hamas over there. Real musical people, bro. Check out this music video. Sure, they're talking about starting World War III, but it's about the musical endeavors they're going through. So what if I get up on Twitter and I post pictures of homemade shotguns and threaten U.S. senators? So what if I talk about killing Rick Scott? I'm doing it for the chuckles, guys. I'm not an extremist. Believe me, wink, wink, cough, cough, jerk, jerk. This guy's just an absolute clown, and I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I don't think it's funny, and I'm not gonna sit here and laugh at the fact that he got a ban. Now, this is probably going to be another 24-hour ban because you call Frogan fat. Oh, God, dude, you're a week off of Twitch, baby. You best go home, flick yourself in the own tip of your dick, and tell yourself that you are a bad, bad boy, and really think about your actions. But, if you put terrorist propaganda up on screen, you get a day ban because Twitch is fucking retarded. Twitch is one of the most retarded platforms on the entire earth, and I feel like their moderation team is just lost, bro. They didn't want to take him down, but it's gotten to the point where the ADL is up on CNN just going absolute banana monkeys mode.
He's so horny for deplatforming that this is I've become I've become this white whale that he's chasing down for some fucking reason. Okay, let's say you pressure institutions hard enough that Twitch actually enforces some sort of ban. Okay, And then what? I go on YouTube. I start my, I continue live streaming on fucking YouTube. YouTube is not going to take these kinds of pressures seriously.
I'm actually going to give Hasan a bit of a W here because I 100% would agree with the fact that once you deplatform somebody, they'll go to a different platform and they'll get more power because they'll be looked at like a martyr. And that's something I really don't like. I didn't like when Nick Fuentes was like skied off of the YouTube platform and he went over to American First and just started like yelling his Nazi rhetoric over there and was just like, yeah, dude, the Jews don't like me and they took all the bank money away from me and now I'm a victim. Look at me. I'm a martyr now. And everybody kind of looked at that as like an awesome fucking way to support him. And they needed to go like touch his wiener every day because this guy, the whole world wants him to fail. And he's now a martyr. And I hate that shit. I really do. I think that it just makes these extremists more powerful. And that's all that would happen with Hasan if he actually got fully banned off of Twitch. And this is my biggest problem with Twitch as a platform is because of how ban happy they are. That's always been my problem with groups like the ADL is I think that they actually hurt the cause they care so much about by stopping racism and stopping misinformation. All they're doing is kind of putting these other people in a position where they want to be more racist and spread more lies just so that they can fucking own the ADL. Oh, look how fucking giggity schmoodle I am. Look, oh, the ADL's mad at me. Oh, look, I'm winning. I think that they are fucking hurt for the cause of the Jewish people. I really do. I think that when you put these groups out there that are just there to do one thing, and that's deplatform people they disagree with. It's a fully anti-free speech, and that's something I cannot stand for, and something I won't support is people being against free speech. But also, I want to kind of put a double-edged sword in here. Hasan has never been for free speech either. Hasan likes to use free speech as a shield all the time, but then anytime somebody pisses him off or has rhetoric that he doesn't like, he calls him a Nazi. He kind of fucking fights for the fact that they should be deplatformed. He is one of those people that is the biggest hypocrites in the entire world, and I think that is the main point that I like to highlight here. I like to highlight the fact that Twitch, in their policy being upheld, they're one of the biggest little cum goblins when it comes to upholding policy and actually enforcing it fairly and not biased, because they are one of the most biased platforms on the entire earth. And the same goes for people like Hamas Piker here. He kind of wants everybody to have his same opinion. If you disagree with him, well, better get saddled up, boys, and go to the re-education camps, because we all know that's where he thinks that anybody with any sort of capitalistic mindset should be, is just like tied up, beat down, and re-educated in the correct way. We gotta set up those camps right away, or Hummus Pickles is gonna be big mad. And this has kind of been his position for a long time, and he's kind of always celebrated other people getting deplatformed. That's just what he does until the shit comes back to hit him in the bussy. Then he gets real upset and he wants to know where all the freedom of speech guys are at. Well, maybe don't support policies like the ones that are putting you in this position right now, and then maybe I wouldn't laugh at your retarded ass. And I actually had an entirely different video that I was gonna post today about like Hummus Pickles and all of his bullshit that he's been going on lately, about like platforming bad empanada and stuff like that. Now, I'm not against platformization and stuff. I've already like covered that. I do think though, when you got a guy who's actively harassing somebody's children IRL, I think that maybe stay the fuck away from that guy. Maybe just call him a schizo and move the fuck on. But these guys seem to club penguin up all the fucking time whenever somebody like slightly agrees with them on one issue. And I'm still gonna put that's gonna be in the second half of this video. I still think it's a fun little side project that I was doing. It's just that fucking Hasan Piker cannot stay out of drama for more than 2 fucking seconds. Dude sees somebody outski a couple of Israelis in front of a fucking museum, but you see he's not an absolute like spurg idiot like a lot of these people in his circle are. He actually has the frontal lobe capacity to be like, maybe I shouldn't fully support him. I'll just be like, maybe it's kind of a little bit of a false flag. Or actually, I think his heart was in the right place. I just think he was a little bit mind broken. He made a mistakey poo. He made a little whoopsie poopsie, and that's why I can't take his account seriously. Like he's like, oh well, I was critically looking at the manifesto. Oh yeah, sure you are, buddy. You were probably glazing some portions and then being like, yeah, well, killing people is pretty bad, you know. But wink, wink, I think we should support this guy. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that he saw somebody that was an absolute monster and said, yeah, dude, these are actually super based guys, and I think we should glaze their wieners up as much as possible. Because I'm going to hit you with kind of like a profound statement here, something that really shake up the internals of Uranus, right? I'm going to get that shit prolapsing. I don't think it's cool to murder your political enemies, no matter what the cause is, especially when they're in another country and just chilling. But free Palestine, yeah, dude, I don't know if this is going to help your fucking movement, because all I see this is as a fucking weird-ass schizo who just murdered somebody in public because they wanted to show how for the movement they were. That makes me not want to support your movement. I mean, it's one thing to protest outside and like yell and have your signs and say, look, if these guys are doing this, have some pictures of like sad kids or some shit. I get that, dude. That's actually protesting. What you're doing is murder. This is just murder for no reason other than to maybe get some of these weird Twitch gooners to like support your cause. I mean, you're probably gonna get like 4 people to support you, right? One of which is gonna be like Sneeko, and then the other 3 are gonna be in Hasan's little orbiter group. But at the end of the day, this has been another jump down the rabbit hole of Hasan and his terrorist supporting ways. The dude is never gonna change. He's never gonna be like an actual like good voice in the political sphere. He is just an extremist and a nut job. But I hope you enjoy the second half of this video where I jump into some other of his dramas that led up to this. I just constantly love pointing and laughing at all of these retards. Hummus Pickles, he put on Bad Empanada, the king of the psychopaths. And I'm not gonna lie, dude. You put on the king of the psychopaths on your thing, bro. You kind of suck. But we got this is from Nicholas Diorio's stream VODs or whatever. I was trying to find this clip right here because I think it just highlights what kind of like total creep this dude is. And I'm sorry, I know a lot of people are like, well, yeah, he's joking or whatever. I'm sorry, when you're talking about like other people's children, I wouldn't be joking about it on the internet, especially when you're talking about trying to get their kids taken from the parents. I think that's a little bit not cool, my dude. A little bit not very savory. But here's the clip right here.
Ethan Klein, debate me, Ethan Klein. Don't be a pussy. You can confront me. You can ask me why I called CPS. Did I call CPS? Let's find out, Ethan. You can ask me why I sent the skulls.
Bro, this dude's trying to clout chase so hard, bro. This dude's like such a scummy guy. Like the moment that there was any drama with Creator Clash, or the moment that Harley Marnstein from Epic Mealtime said anything about like this whole like iDubbbz thing, this dude came out of his little like sewer grate that he lives in Argentina, pulls himself out of it, and just starts being like wildly anti-Semitic, calling him like, it's always funny if you criticize these people, you're not allowed to criticize them. It's just not allowed, bro. They got their little shield up. They got the tragedy of the deaths of millions standing in front of them because they can always fall back. They can always fall back on the fact that you just support a genocide, which is so dumb. It's so dumb. You can't like You can't like sit here and tell me, there's no way you're gonna sit here and tell me in good faith that these people aren't just monsters, bro. It's just so dumb. You guys, they're basically slop tubers at this point. They're constantly in drama, and the only reason they pretend it's not drama is because they can just say, well, you just support a genocide, which is so gross. Hey, could you imagine that you get criticism and you're like, yeah, but look at all these children that died in some country over here. Yeah, those kids matter. It's like, yeah, they do, and I feel bad. But I don't think threatening somebody else's kids while doing a charity for other children is a good thing. It's just still not a good look. I don't care how much money you raise for these children, good cause or what or not. It's disgusting to say this type of stuff.
Ethan, let's do it. Let's go. Ethan.
See, that's what I mean. Like, I'm not interested in any of these conversations. I don't.
This is activism.
I mean, it's a good entry point for you potentially to get Ethan to talk to you.
What a scumbag, bro. Bro's like, Ethan's suing me, but this is activism. Activism is when you just decide that because you don't like somebody, you can make up lies and try to have their children taken away from them. That's activism. No, that's called being a little fucking cum goblin, bro. What the fuck? Fuck you, Noah Sam. Samson. You and your fucking wife beater mustache and shitty hairline. Bro's down here just looking like a douchebag in his fucking cat ears. It's his stream, by the way. The whole thing that's so funny about this is Noah Sampson's stream, and he's hosting a debate, but really it was just a glaze session so Bad Empanada and Hasan can make out for like an hour and a half.
But I don't think he's gonna do it. His fucking audience is so stupid.
Gage, this is so fucking insane. What are we watching right now?
Playing that's like from a friend or from...
Dude, the whole thing is just like the fact that he had Bad Empanada on and then Bad Empanada just like unhinged is like, oh yeah, dude, ask me if I fucking called CPS on your kids. Ask me if I sent the fucking skulls to your house. And Noah Sampson's like, that's activism. That's activism, baby. Yay! It's so fucking lame. These guys are so fucking just cringe, bro. These guys, every time they fucking show up, I don't know how you could like justify being this much of a scumbag. Now, like, I don't think that they should be kicked off or whatever. For like, well, I don't know. Fake CPS calls and like threatening stuff like that. That does kind of classify itself, even though it is a joke. It's still kind of classified as maybe a call to action. So I don't know. I don't know the legal stuff. I'm just shout retardation at the internet, right? I'm just a goofy guy. I'm here for the goofs and gaffs. But I do stand for like freedom of speech as long as it's like under the guise of the law, because I don't want to like, I'm out pretty close to a freedom of speech absolutist. Now I don't think that you should be like, hey, go Wofsky that dude over there, and then the other dude goes and does it, and you're like, I'm just talking, bro, I don't expect him to actually do it. You know, it's like, hey, you better do it or I will eat your toes off. And the dude's like, I like my toes, so I'm gonna go do it. You know what I mean? I don't know. There is like lines, obviously, where I think even anybody who says they are a freedom of speech absolutist, there are lines that you can't cross. And I think going after somebody's kids unwillfully is kind of getting close to it. And like talking about how, oh, maybe I did break the law. What are you gonna do? I'm in Argentina, Ethan. I'm pretty sure like this guy has like allegations against him. Now I don't know all the ins and outs, but I don't think it's cash money, the allegations that against him. I think they're pretty fucking wild.
News and commentary, and it's only for like 30 seconds to a minute.
Yeah, I mean, the examples that I did see them use of you, like there was one, like the initial video that I think started that thing. I don't remember who it was, but you reacted to his video and you just sort of left.
Wait, they're literally talking out their problems live on stream right now. What is happening? This is deranged.
It wasn't a political video. It was like a fun little video. And I think his point was valid in that.
Yeah, and I apologize.
Also, that's fucking not accurate. The JXE stuff was way after. What are you talking about?
By the way, there's another thing.
But like, here's the thing. Like, I don't know. I don't know all the thing when it comes to this douchebag. I just know that this like fucking infuriated me. Just like having somebody this scummy on your like I'm not against platforming, but like the fact that he just had it on to shit on Ethan because they have like a disagreement when it comes to to politics. You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put on the guy who made up a bunch of lies and started a hate campaign that we all signal boosted to get CBS called on Ethan's kids. Oh yeah, maybe I did send skulls to his house. That's just such fucking unhinged behavior. Like, there's a difference between having an online discourse and then bringing it into the real world all over shit that you guys aren't actually doing anything about. Oh yeah, you got a fundraiser here, but you're counteracting the good you're doing by being malicious in other regards.
Literally,
it's a total lie. Dude, Mauler's probably got tons of clips to post about this.
Apologize to that person instantly, and then they basically like quintupled down and like did this like 8-hour broadcast with a bunch of like.
Wait, this is literally about Jay now. Wait, he's talking about EFAP. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. Wait, no.
Like quintupled.
And didn't you accuse them of being Nazis?
Down and like
they could accuse everybody of being Nazis. But yeah, I just wanted to get that early clip. I don't want to watch like this entire hour and 50-minute thing of Bad Empanada. I did want to go into a little more Hasan drama. I mean, that's kind of like just a touching spot. I think just the fact that him and Bad Empanada like got all cozy wozy and started making out and stuff. I don't. It's just so cringe to me, bro. Like, could you imagine hanging out with somebody that was like that unhinged? Dude, it'd be like me. It's been like because I'm dunking on Hasan. I'm like, you know who else hates Hasan? Nick Fuentes, probably. I don't know anything about Nick Fuentes. I just know that the dude's a schizo. But I'm like, you know, Nick Fuentes probably hates him. Let's just fucking platform him real quick. And it's, again, I don't care about platforming, but like, if you're gonna have somebody on that's like that unhinged, like actually like give him hard pushback when he does shit like that. Well, they're gonna take it out of context. They might take it out. No, dude, you're like, bro, that's kind of fucked. Don't talk shit like that, bro. That's kind of gross. I'm sorry. That's his fucking children. Put your fucking foot down, Hasan, you little fucking whiny little pussy ass bitch. But like, here's Hasan like molding again. That's all this dude does.
But they put
anymore.
it
What is this? This is the ADL thing. I don't want to do this one. We'll go to my we'll go down a little bit further. There was one that I wanted to see. Oh, okay, that's about some shooter. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. Where is Hasan molding? Ah, here we go. This is
chirping again.
Right now there is like a Hasan's upset that Asmongold's bigger than him. Now, I don't agree with a lot of Asmongold's political takes. I just don't. I think he's wishy-washy, and I also think that like sometimes he like says, "Oh, I'm for freedom of speech," and then says something that is like wildly against freedom of speech. But like, I do think that Asmongold kind of comes in with the normal dude take a lot better than Hasan, who just belittles and attacks anybody who disagrees with him. But I saw there's this little molding action going on between the two of them, a little bit of a tit for tat. So let's check this out.
And they get mad. Look at this. You even got Hasan chirping again. He getting all kinds of mad over this shit over nothing. Over fucking nothing. Like it's my fault that people were searching for me more than him. I didn't do this. He did. Right-wing commentary has devolved to further depths than you can even imagine. The face of the modern right is a gamer.
Well, maybe if you just didn't, like, maybe if Hasan wasn't a fucking psychopath and his fans weren't psychopaths, and, like, people, I think, are starting to realize that people like Hasan are the problem. They're not actually, like, there for you guys. I mean, they don't care. They're looking at this shit as a next stepping stone to be, to show that they're better than everybody else.
Gate Sweat Lord. Hasan probably sweats more than I do.
What? What the fuck does that matter, bro? Why the fuck does Asmongold care who sweats more? Bro's like, I don't sweat as much as you. That is fucking every day, dude. Hasan is like levying like fake pedo accusations at everybody, bro. Bro wakes up in the morning and is like, I'm just gonna like call everybody a pedophile, but I'm also gonna be like, actually, supposed, allegedly, and he just kind of levies at everybody. And Asmongold's like, did you just say I sweat more than you? What the figgly fucking Steen?
I guarantee you, if I don't take a shower for a week and Hasan doesn't take a shower for a week, I'm gonna smell better than Hasan.
What the fuck does that even? Who cares, Asmongold? You fucking weirdo, bro. Who doesn't shower for a week, dog? Every time Asmongold gets into his fucking Roach King stuff, he loses me so hard because it's just so gross, dude. I have to take my morning shower. I gotta get into the folds because I'm a morbidly obese man. Like, again, me and Nicholas Diorio one day, I know creator clash, big deal. There's all this other shit, and exactly, dude. Why is Hasan talking about Asmongold when a genocide is going on? Exactly, bro. Why are they arguing about who sweats more? But what I need to put this out in the world is, yeah, there's Keemstar's doing his boxing thing, KSI's doing his boxing thing. Nicholas Diorio, you sweaty motherfucker. When are we gonna sumo wrestle? That's the question that the viewers want to know. I mean, we're both fat fucks. We're both insanely morbidly obese. Let's get those fucking sumo diapers on and let's slap bellies. That's what's more important than this. Bro takes the longest drink because he's worried about the sweat just getting trapped inside of him.
100%. Because I don't sweat.
I don't
I don't
sweat.
smell bad.
What the fuck are you talking about? What the
That's
fuck are...
probably true. Of course it's true. That's why he's mad. That's the
reason he's mad. He's mad because Asmongold sweats less than him, bro. This is so amazing.
About him to yell.
Does he think that I'm making stuff?
Say what he's doing that's bad instead of just like making shit up about him to yell.
Does he think that I'm making stuff up about him? I don't think that I'm making stuff up about him.
To be fair, if I'm going to be 100% honest right here too, what's so funny about this whole thing is in all of these little dramas, I feel like Asmongold's been the nicest to Hasan. Now, if you want somebody who's going to be like absolutely goblin mode on Hasan, you go check out like Nux Talk or Nuxanor. It's the second channel or whatever. You got Nuxanor, you got everybody else like Nicholas Diorio. They're going to go fucking scorched earth on Hasan. Myself, we're going to take Hasan's balls and put them right over the fire and just flick him, be like, Bernie, Bernie, burn, buddy. But, like, Asmongold's not been that big of a dick to him, I don't feel like. I feel like he's been, like, more than fair.
I would never intentionally make something up about him. Now, he could say that I have the wrong impression of what he's doing, but I'm not trying to make anything up about him at all.
About. And now he basically does it himself, or at least leans on it himself. Because he got
at least leans on it, right? Because of course we have to have the qualifying statement because you know that it's bullshit.
Little taste of that like fuck Hasan juice, right?
Well, I mean, like, it's not hard to get a taste of that fuck Hasan juice because it's literally you're the worst fucking political guy on the entire internet. I fucking hate too how like after his bullshit fucking flight log story came out, I mean, every media outlet just like took his word and ran with it. It just made me like think about how fucking bullshit the media is anymore. Now, I'm not coming at this from like a right or left perspective. I'm coming at this from, I think Hasan's a fucking scumbag that has done nothing but bad for like the Free Palestine movement. For any movement that Hasan touches, I honestly don't want to be, I don't even want to like engage with it. I don't even want to like, and it sucks because like there could be a movement that he like cares about or is like oh, the flight log. What I meant is his detention. The fucking when he got detained. Jesus Christ, dude. The way I just cum spit my fucking words out of my own tongue was so difficult there. But the way the dude just kind of fucking lied about all that. I was detained for 2 hours. He literally tweets that he's getting detained, and then 30 minutes later he says he's out, and he's like, but it was 2 hours though when I made it up. I promise it's a true story. They basically cuffed my balls to my hands and slapped me with my own dick for 2 hours and kept asking me, do you like Trump? Do you like Trump? Do you like Trump? And I just kept taking my own dick slapping. It was a weird position too. Kama Sutra couldn't figure that shit out. And it's like, dude, you made it up, bro. You fucking made it up. You got stopped by a DHS agent for like 15 fucking minutes probably. They asked you where you were going. You were like, home. And they were like, okay, goodbye. But like, I hope they release the tapes on that shit because I think it'd be funny.
And he recognized it. He recognized the value that brings to the table, and he kind of dropped it, which is, you know, it is what it is. What are you gonna do?
Right.
I genuinely cannot comprehend how or why other streamers continue to collab with this man on camera. The shit he says is so fucking disgusting.
That people say the same thing about Hasan. The reason why is because I and Hasan are different off camera.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Like, it's so funny to me. Like, I understand, like, collabing with these fucking guys, right? Like, doing whatever. But, like, to pretend that they're not as crazy as they are. I mean, I don't feel like Asmongold's rhetoric's even close to as crazy as Hasan's. But this is, like, another one. This is the one I wanted to find right here. This is the last one we'll do. And then I'll jump onto the iDubbbz thing. But this is insane, bro. This is insane.
Black fatigue. Oh, yeah. Asmongold is entertaining the new meta of black fatigue, which is like, I'm sorry, the lamest fucking way to be a white supremacist. Just say it. Just say the end.
You can't get to him. Chat right now just said, one of my best friends simps to Hasan. How do I get to him? There's no getting to him. I got a buddy who, even though he says he's not like a Vosh fan anymore, I made jokes one day. I made jokes one day about how much of a dipshit Vosh looked like in that Count Dankula thing. And as soon as I said it was Vosh and Count Dankula, he goes, what kind of adult names their channel Count Dankula? And I looked at him, I was like, what kind of adult jerks off to children and horse porn? And he's like, well, It was art. And I'm like, bro, I thought you said you didn't like Vosh anymore. Well, he is still a very intelligent guy. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dude. I was like, you just like, and I think one of the, and I'm not like hating on him, and I don't think he actually likes Vosh anymore because I think Vosh is like cringe. But there's like a part of that always like sticks with you, and I think that the way that you have to like realize it is they need like the people need to like go out and like watch the absolute opposite, which sucks because with Hasan, the only opposite is fucking like Nick Fuentes, bro. That's the only opposite you get. But like, I think that these people need to like take down and sit down, and this is what I went down a rabbit hole years ago where I was only watching like Steven Crowder, Ben Shapiro, like I was like watching a bunch of right-wing shit, and I was like too fucking caught up in the sauce, right? I was too fucking like into the shit. I was living in Portland. I was always like, it was a scary place to live. People were always yelling at me because I didn't know what was going on in the world. So I started looking, and then I fell into like a political rabbit hole. I started off with like people like Vosh, and then I went and like checked this other guy out, another guy, not Vosh. I meant to say fuck. It starts with a V too. There's like, I don't know. It was like, it was like, I started off like looking shit up on Vice. Vosh was, Horse was on my mind, bro. I like watched some stuff from Vice. I watched some stuff from here. And then I fell into like Steven Crowder and some other people. And it was like one of those things that I was like, I enjoyed them, but like I started noticing things, right? Because I always try to be critical of everybody I watch. So what I started noticing was when I was watching Steven Crowder, I started watching him fucking slip up where he was like counteracting himself and being hypocritical, and it was starting to annoy me. I was like, well, fucking yesterday you said this, and now you're counteracting that because somebody on this side said this, and I was like, it's bullshit, and the dude just was kind of malding around this time too, and I was like, dude, I'm fucking done. I'm outskied. And like Ben Shapiro was like one of those dudes that when I watched him, he was like, one day he really fucking hates Trump, the next day he wants to like have orange Cheeto dust just circling the fucking rim of his mouth, and it's just so fucking annoying, dude. These guys are all fucking hypocrites, every one of these political fucking screwballs, because all they do is live, breathe, and die by their side. And when there is like fucking out in the outskirts as Hasan and like Nick Fuentes, they don't even have like a side anymore. They just screech at the end of the world and act like they're victims, and their audience thinks that they need to support them because they're victims.
N-word, dude. Like that shit is so frustrating where it's like you're such a fucking pussy that on the one hand you're like you just can't fucking openly be racist. You have to just be like, oh, I just have black.
Bro, I like that he always says openly be racist. He's like, oh, well, you just can't be openly racist. You gotta, like, pretend. And it's like, dude, every coverage of every story is gonna be different. I'm sorry, I don't see, like, a story and I'm like, oh, well, that person's a certain shade, so I'm going to have to be on their side. No, that's fucking racist as well. I think that a lot of people, like, just instantly put things in boxes, and it's just so gross to me.
Fatigue. Like, what is this soy white supremacy? If you're gonna be a white supremacist, just be a fucking white supremacist. Like, what are we doing?
dude, get the fuck out of here with this calling people. This shit's so cooked. I'm sorry, dude. In the day of our Lord 2025, calling another man racist has lost all meaning.
Oh, it's emotional labor that I have to be around black people. Yeah, for those of you who don't know what the fuck black fatigue is.
Oh, dude, get the fuck out of here, Hasan, you fucking weirdo.
It's good that you don't know what it is, but it's like a new TikTok thing, okay? It's a new TikTok meta of just being racist, saying that you're fatigued by the ways in which black people fucking behave. That's what this is. Gonna get clipped so hard, man. Suck my dick! Shut the fuck up.
Dude keeps malding and keeps crashing out like a motherfucker, bro. This is the most beautiful crash out I've seen in years. And this is the thing is so funny with Hasan right now. He always, and like his fan base, they're always come in and tell you like, oh dude, you're just like covering it for clout, you're doing this. It's like, no dude, honestly I'm sick of the motherfucker a little bit. But the bro just keeps giving me clips, keeps giving me drama constantly. Everything else on the internet is washed and boring right now, but like this whole dude's and he's in every fucking drama. It's like 5 years ago, whenever you covered a drama, Keemstar would show the fuck up in it and he couldn't get away from the motherfucker. And now it's like every single fucking drama revolves around this dipshit. And honestly, right now, dude, he looks like I don't know. He looks like he's like a fucking serial killer. What's that fat tall serial killer's name? Not Ed Gein. I'll think of it.
About clipping, please. Oh my God. Yes, I am talking about white supremacy. Okay. Yes. In the process of me talking about white supremacy,
bro's definitely got it. Dude, I'm gonna look it up. It's the co-ed killer, dude.
Black fatigue. Oh yeah. Asmongold is entertaining the new meta of black fatigue, which is like, I'm sorry, the lamest fucking way to be a white supremacist.
Dude, it started it over real quick. I'm gonna go back to here. Give me a second, dude. I got this, bro. I got this, dude. What's that fucker's name, bro? The co-ed killer, dude.
Ed Gaines?
No. Ed Gein is the guy, Ed Kemper.
I knew it.
It's Ed Kemper. Yeah.
Eds. Don't
Dude.
trust any Eds.
Bro, dude. Let me find the fucking picture here. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, bro. Oh, I gotta get it over here. Bro looks like an anorexic meth out Ed Kemper, bro. Look at him. Oh, dude, look at this. The co-ed killer, bro. Oh, he's got the fit, dude. He's got the fucking fit to be Ed Kemper. Bro showed up and he was like, he also looks like, he's like Ed Kemper mixed with Ted Kaczynski, bro. Like, oh my god, dude. Look at him being all fucking, he's like, look, I'm Ed Kemper. I'm all fucking cute, but... Hasan, when he says his words have consequences, dude, I love that. Hasan's the type of motherfucker that'll bring up some shit from like 20 years ago if he doesn't like you, and then throw it in your face. But he doesn't want God, what was that quote he had from when he did his bro days? Jeez. When he had his bro show, it was like, what was it like? Old enough to count, old enough to mount. That was a Hasan Piker line. Like, that was back in his satirical bro, like super bro days, was Hasan's, if they're old enough to count, they're old enough to mount. Now, I understand that years ago, edgy humor was edgy humor, right? I'm not gonna like fucking like bury him under the sand, but if I was Hasan, if I was Hummus Pickles, dude, I would be like scratching people's balls off of the fucking like AIDS riddled fucking rust nails, bro. Hasan will like take people and like fucking like he'll call Ethan like a racist and shit, and then bring up how many times he said the N-word. But when people bring up his shit, he's like, that was like 10 fucking years ago, bro. Yeah, dude, you do it to people all the time. It's a taste of your own fucking medicine, fucking meth head Ed Kemper.
Dick, shut the fuck up about clipping, please. Oh my god. Yes, I am talking about white supremacy, okay? Yes. In the process of me talking about white supremacy, white supremacist bad faith actors will clip me out of context.
But another thing that's really funny, that's like hilarious about this, is he's calling Asmongold a white supremacist, right? And he's using like less charitability than Ethan Klein uses to call, like, and Ethan Klein's a petty motherfucker, right? But if you use the Hasan's same logic against himself, the dude would be fucking anti-Semitic. The dude would be the biggest anti-Semite in the world using Hasan's logic. And even if you use less of Hasan's logic and use like a normal brain cells, you still kind of come up with the idea that, yeah, dude, if you and Nick Fuentes, like famous Nazi, come up with the same fucking ideas, I think you guys are kind of anti-Semitic.
Context to make it seem like I'm actually in favor of white supremacy while I'm in.
What was the weird thing he said about Hannah Montana? I don't know, dude. Wait, we can like look that up. I want to let this clip finish, and I'll look that up.
The process of complaining about it. Stop crying,
dude. Let's find this Hasan Banned. Hannah Montana. Let's go here. But that was basically the Hasan rabbit hole. I'm sure he said a lot more fucked up shit that if he was anybody else, people would call him out for. But no, it's fine. You don't worry about derailing me, dude. I'm a chaos fucking goblin monster, dude. I don't give a shit if I get derailed. It's fun. But yeah, no, that was my Hasan thing. What I am gonna get into now. Oh, by the way, like and subscribe, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. I got the longest nipples on the entire internet, so that's something important that everybody needs to know.